What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Kash back with another video, you feel me? Today we're going to be reacting to a correctional officer kills his pregnant daughter, then dies in jail mysteriously. I don't know, that's crazy. Let's watch this, man.
He wins when the family feels.
Hey, it's Laura's birthday. Hey. Hey.
Yeah.
The story that I was told by her father and by TPD was that she went to school the next day, which sounds like Lori. Lori loves school. Lori's always loved school. Lori has had perfect attendance forever. And on the very few occasions where she does not feel well and she says she don't want to go to school, I don't make her go because that's not like her, right? She really must be feeling well. We're going to the doctor. At that point, if Lori doesn't want to go to school, we're going to the doctor.
6 o'clock tonight. I'm Jacob Murphy. Julia's off this evening. Tonight, an investigation underway after a man accused of killing his daughter dies while in the Leon County Jail.
And there should be people crying in front of the media and begging for her return, and nothing's happening. Try to think of how else his peeing could be in the exact place of her bones, and I have not been able to come up with one.
Summers said she met with Andrew Wiley on multiple occasions. While police say Paige was already dead, she didn't know that at the time, and she encouraged Andrew Wiley to speak out.
Damn! 120 pounds, 5 foot at 12 years old. Damn! Long live her. She was big as hell, though, nigga. What the fuck?
Looking back, she believed.
One of the times I met him was like months after she'd been missing, and I said, we're still looking, we're never going to give up. And he met us at one of the searches, and I was like, we're still looking. And I thought I was comforting him.
Fam, what's considered justice to you? Death or jail? Let's be real. Someone say it's two types of justice. It's people who don't believe jail is justice. They wouldn't wish jail on their worst enemy. And depending on your religion, you might be familiar with the quote, God work in mysterious ways. Because what if I told you that it's a situation that warrants both? And quite frankly, the audience wouldn't be mad in either scenario. And if that's the case, what if I told you that your dad had crossed the line? Where you go from there? Now, the harsh reality is that there's many ways to die. And sometimes, quite frankly, people don't care how you lost your life based on the actions you did while living. Well, fam, today in this video, the suspect we talk about today, where I'm from, would be considered a wild individual. This whole story messed up on many levels. We're talking about a once correctional officer, a man who was supposed to protect and enforce the law, but also his family. Allegedly got his 12-year-old daughter pregnant before taking her life to try to cover it up. What? And the crazy part is that this wild individual...
Why is the last 2 videos I watched, the black niggas is always wilding, bro? Like, y'all need to chill.
He was sitting in jail waiting to go to trial, with everyone familiar with this case, wondering what was the true motive. As crazy as it sounds, to his defense, he never truly admitted why he did it. As mentioned, this story is crazy on many levels. The victim, who we'll later pay our respects to, remains was found 2 years after she was first reported missing. And during the early stages of the search for this young girl, her dad was a part of the search, with the world and the peers that was helping find his daughter, not knowing that the killer was right next to him, knowing he already did what he did. But before the truth can ever hit the courtroom, this man lost his life while incarcerated, and allegedly lost his life to what some considered common. Was it stress? Was it neglect? Or was it something more? Well, in this video, we disclose who this man is, pay our respects to his daughter, and also disclose how he allegedly lost his life and what could possibly lead up to that. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Find me Andrew Wiley, 32 years old. He lived in Tallahassee, Florida. There he worked as a local correctional.
What's going on in Florida, bro? What y'all got going on over there? It's always these Florida niggas, bro. Every video I watch, the crazy shit always be in Florida, bro. It's like y'all got something going on in the water or something, man. What the hell?
Officer, a single man who would it appear to be raising his daughter after she recently moved in with him just a year prior. His daughter was 12 years old, identified as Lori Page. She was a middle school student who, according to her teachers, thrived at school. This was Lori last year at her school for her birthday.
Hey, it's Laura's birthday. Hey. Hey. Y'all did for Lori. Y'all so lame.
They turned still. That looks like a turned school.
Now at night, while living with her dad, Lori stayed home a lot of times by herself because her dad had graveyard shift at the local jail. Now, it's been conflicting rumors on why the mom had decided to give her 12-year-old daughter up to her dad to go live with her. According to her, which you'll later hear from, she said she gave her daughter up to him after she decided at 12 years old she wanted to live with her dad, which we'll briefly go over. But according to the dad, she fell on hard times, financial hardships, and had to give her daughter to him. But Lori wasn't into social media. She didn't have a phone. Her dad trusted her. They lived in a quadruplex apartment in a safe and quiet middle-class family neighborhood near Mission St. Louis. Lori allegedly knew that she can go right next door to a neighbor house if she needed anything while overnight. But on June 3rd, 2023, Lori's father came home to find their apartment empty, alleging that Lori had vanished. And this is where things get dark, quick. The last person to see Lori was her dad, which was the night prior. Not a single person in Tallahassee saw her around the small city. And to give you perspective, Tallahassee is 30 minutes from Georgia. I-10 run right through the city, all the way through California. It's not hard to get out the state quickly. Now, at that time, Tallahassee, Florida police had stated that she ran away, but Lori's mom had disagreed. She wasn't going for it and said there was no way. She mentioned to police that Lori had no true motive to run away. And it's important to know this. The date that the dad had said he last seen Lori might not truly be the last day she was seen alive. At the time, that might have been part of his alibi, knowing that he went to work the following day. Who's to say that this didn't happen, or she didn't go missing, or lost her life rather, 2 to 3 days prior? Prosecutors believe Andrew Wiley killed his daughter June 1st, 2023 in Georgia. The next day, they believe that Wiley allegedly disposed Lori's body in a wooded area near Merrily Plantations in Thomas County, Georgia. They also mentioned that he purchased a one-way airline ticket to Puerto Rico that day, but ultimately did not leave the country. And then June 3rd, as mentioned today, that Lori's dad had reported her missing, claiming she vanished overnight with her backpack while he was at work. Mid-late 2023, a multi-state investigation unfolded due to the inconsistencies in Lori's dad's story. And then the next year, February of 2024,
this nigga right here, bro, he finna get it bad in jail. You was a correctional officer and you did something to a kid? Yo. Yeah, that's why
authorities seized Wiley's phone, discovering suspicious internet searches about remote locations and how to dispose of a body. Yet and still during this time, Lori's dad will hold up an image and even go with others to try to look for his daughter's alleged body.
We're never going to give up. And he met us at one of the searches. And I was like, we're still looking. And I thought I was comforting him. He was probably thinking, lady, please stop. But I never, I didn't think it was him.
Now, the dad wasn't arrested yet, and I don't know if the mom knew, but suddenly she would go to the public and speak out. And it was kind of shocking, because people didn't hear from her at first. Apparently, according to Lori's mom, she lived over 500 miles away. And as mentioned, she apparently let Lori move with her dad just a year prior to the incident of Lori going missing. According to the mom, she just randomly said she wanted to live with her dad. And let's be real, fam. Knowing what we know now, we can only assume he was grooming his daughter since the age of 11. The mom said she respected her daughter's age and decision and granted that wish. Looking back at that decision, the mom go to Facebook Live to vent about how she feel. But she also pointed out a prior incident that I'm assuming within the 1 year time frame of living with her dad. In this live, Lori's mom mentioned that once before this incident, she got a phone call with someone mentioning that her daughter was missing. But Lori showed up to school the next day, but this time she didn't have on any shoes. Now, Lori's mom had called the police to tell them what she was informed. The police decided to canvass the school and noticed Lori was picked up by her father, and that was it. But like any normal mom, Lori's mom wasn't cool with what happened. Her antennas went up, and she decided to go drive 500 plus miles to go visit her dad's apartment. But once at Lori's dad's apartment, they instantly got into an argument.
And then the story that they told, I said, well, what? Where was she? The story that I was told by her father and by TPD was that she went to school the next day, which sounds like Lori. Lori loves school. Lori's always loved school. Lori has had perfect attendance forever. And on the very few occasions where she does not feel well and she says she don't want to go to school, I don't make her go because that's not like her, right? She really must be feeling well. We're going to the doctor. At that point, if Lori doesn't want to go to school, we're going to the doctor. So she went to school, and the story that I'm told is that she didn't have on any shoes. Now, as a teacher, as someone who has taught, I have taught in public school. If a child,
I'm sorry, I hate when females talk like that. I have to. Nigga, just talk normal, man. Like she I don't know. That bothers
comes
me.
in and doesn't have on any shoes, and I know was missing, I have questions.
Fair.
I have questions, and so what they told me was that the dad picked her up from school and they went home. Be like that. I just would like to speak to Lori. I just want to speak to Lori. And Lori comes. Me and Lori have the conversation. Her dad is present. We had the conversation. She expressed that she had some very big feelings. She expressed her frustrations with me. She aired out her grievances. Yes, I did peacefully go and check on my child. I looked for TPD to help with that. And they didn't. They left.
CPD,
and so because he was upset with me, he called the cops on me for showing up at his house. I'm just going. I knocked on the door. I did not kick his door in. I was not confrontational with him. We don't have to talk. Like I said, I was assaulted. I don't have a lot to say to you. So, but now she feels like.
Wait, bro. So she's saying she was assaulted. So if a man assaulted you, why are you sending your kid to go live with them for real? Like, that's kind of weird, you know? But like, maybe she thought he wouldn't do that to the kid, but like, damn.
It was like, I don't care about her and that I abandoned her because you won't answer the phone? Negative experience was the last time that I saw my child. She didn't run away that night. It was like a week or two later. But after Lori had went back inside, her daddy closed the door. And now that my child's not present, now you want to argue.
Shortly after that live, March of 2024, Lori's dad was formally named as a primary suspect. And in early 2025, a controlled burn in the area where Lori's dad had allegedly dumped Lori's body exposed human remains. And on April 5th, 2025, investigators recovered the remains and sent them to forensics. April 11, 2025, Lori's remains were positively identified. Lori's dad was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. April 14th through April 23rd, 2025, court proceedings began, and Lori's memorial service was held on April 23rd at a local church, while the dad was incarcerated. For almost 2 years, Lori's dad almost got away with murder. And when it came to Lori's dad, Andrew, as mentioned on the 11th, he was booked in Leon County Detention Facility, a place he once worked after being charged with murder. April to June 2025, he was held without bond and barred from contacting family members. Authorities continued investigating the circumstances of Lori's death. Just 2 months later, only weeks before trial would begin, June 20th, 2025, a medical examiner determined that Wiley died from pulmonary embolism, a natural cause. And for those who wondering when it comes to jail and prisons, it's common for people to die from stuff like PE. And what's wild about it is that a lot of times, it don't even gotta be something you was born with. It could be caused by a number of different things, especially in that environment. You see, PE is basically a blood clot that travels up to your lungs and blocks your blood flow. Now in jail, folks be sitting around for hours, sometimes days, with no real movement, locked in cells and stuck on bed rest after a fight or injury. That's one way it happens. But it ain't just that. Sometimes it's straight up neglect, like somebody complaining about chest pain, swollen legs, or trouble breathing. Nurses and COs will brush it off. But nonetheless, Lori's dad said even though he died from PE, it was a natural cause, and there was no evidence of trauma or foul play. And on June 23rd, 2025, Wiley's death was publicly announced. Prosecutors confirmed that the case could no longer proceed.
Thank you for joining us tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm Jacob Murphy. Julie has the evening off. What happened to Lori Page? The question echoed across Tallahassee for nearly 2 years. We got an answer in April when police charged her father, Andrew Wiley, with killing her and dumping her body. Then the question became why. Tonight, we have an answer that's very tough to take. The state attorney says Wiley sexually assaulted 12-year-old Lori. Our Matt Hoffman was the first to speak with Jack Campbell today after Wiley's death in jail last week. Matt?
Yeah, you know, you said it, Jacob. The state attorney told us that Andrew Wiley's actions mean the motive for killing Lori Page was likely sexual assault. The state attorney also revealed for the first time that Andrew Wiley was being treated for an STD at the time of Lori Page. The criminal case against Andrew Wiley is now over after he died
Oh, hell nah. He got it. Oh, nah.
in jail on June 19th. State Attorney Jack Campbell said the investigation is also over unless new information comes to light. Right now, the evidence suggests Wiley acted alone.
Unfortunately, deal every year with sexual abuse, where people do impregnate children and even their own children. If he had gotten her pregnant, if he had given her a venereal disease, those would be hard things to explain.
Andrew Wiley's brother told us he planned to defend himself at trial. The defense was going to say that Lori Page was seen after police said she died. Campbell, though, said the evidence against Andrew Wiley is strong.
Were there signs that she was suffering? Yes. Is there somebody who I feel is responsible for not catching it? No one else other than Andrew Wiley was responsible for what happened to Lori Page.
Prosecutors considered charging him from the outset, even without recovering Page's body. But a so-called no-body murder case would have been difficult.
That's the possibility that he could have, instead of killing her, he could have injected her and put her into a human trafficking area.
Prosecutors said this was likely never going to be a death penalty case because they just can't say precisely what happened to Lori Page in the final hours of her life.
You know, the biggest evidence in the case was his phone leading us to this plantation where her body was eventually found, which really doesn't make any sense that he would be there at that time in that area, other than him disposing of her body.
Now, the state attorney told us he has, of course, heard the conspiracy theories around Andrew Wiley's in-custody death. Though he said he will consider any new evidence, but he also says he trusts the medical examiner who found the cause of death was natural and due to a pulmonary embolism. For now in Tallahassee, I'm Matt Hoffman, WCTV Eyewitness News.
All right, Matt, thank you.
Man, this was tough. Lori, we want to say rest in peace once again, baby girl, and never condolences to your family. It's a very sad and sick story. A man who treated his daughter like what a wife should be. Because apparently, according to local authorities, he not only got his daughter pregnant, but he allegedly gave her an STD, which even more of a reason to why he allegedly disposed her body. Booked a flight, but thought he'd get away with it. Had his alibi by going to work, like nothing was wrong, and then don't get arrested till almost 2 years later, with the mom coming out to Facebook months after the situation happened. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and till then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Nobody wins.
I'm in shock. Damn, Nick. Whoa. Like, time out. This nigga done gave his daughter an STD. Oh, he wildin'. Nah, you see, like, y'all Florida niggas need to be stopped, man. That's the moral of this video. Y'all Florida niggas need to be stopped, bro. Like, what? What am I hearing right now, bro? Like, I don't know. That's fucking crazy, bro. Like, what the fuck? Nah, I don't know, man. I don't even think I need to say my thoughts or nothing on this one. I think it's obvious that this is unfortunate. Long live the girl. Rest in peace. And, bro, I don't even know what to say, man. Y'all let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm at a loss at words, to be honest. Like, this is probably one of the craziest videos reacted to. I did not expect that, man. Y'all enjoyed, man. Like and comment. I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna just catch y'all next time, man.